This is Surviving Divorce Bundle, 3-in-1 bundle, Divorce Made Simple, Divorce Poison, and Children and Divorce. Written by C.N. Gregg, D.B. Mace, and J.L. Trace. Read by Lauren Breazeale. This is Divorce Made Simple, the ultimate guide on how to survive divorce. Learn the best approach and useful tips on how to get out of your divorce in one piece. Written by C.N. Gregg. Read by Lauren Breazeale. Chapter 1. No one really wants divorce. You didn't walk down the aisle with the intention of being divorced. You chose your mate because you thought it was with the understanding of being together all your lives. However, sometimes things just don't work out, and the only way to be free of an unhappy relationship or marriage is the final act of divorce. Marriage and divorce statistics. In the United States, these are the latest figures regarding marriage and divorce according to the U.S. Census Bureau, dated 2009. Marriage rate equals 6.8 per 1,000 of the total population. Number of marriages 2,096,000. Divorce rate 3.6 per 1,000 populations. There were 44 reporting states and Washington, D.C. From these figures, it seems for every marriage there was also half the amount of divorces. Those are some pretty high statistics. Domestic abuse. Statistics say that 1 in 4 women will experience domestic violence at some point in their lives. 1 in 3 women will fall victim to a homicide by a spouse or partner through domestic violence. Men in same-sex relationships will also be at higher risks of experiencing abuse. Approximately 3 million children will witness domestic violence in their home every year in the USA. The figures above are not only frightening, but an ugly reality of what actually can happen in divorce. Staying alert with an ex-partner, husband, or wife can be one of the smartest moves to make. We are not saying to become fearful, but rather be on alert for certain patterns in behavior, fits of anger, depression, and other factors that can trigger huge changes through divorce. People can change dramatically when going through the divorce process, and the person we always thought we knew can turn into someone dark and sometimes sinister. Of course, there are other factors that make divorce even more stressful, like lawyers, counselors, custody of the children, and the split of finances. Of course, people will more likely change with the ups and downs like this, which is something most of us expect. Most of us are never ready for the worst side of people to come out through a divorce either. We hope this guide can be a source for good materials related to awareness and defense if need be. We hope to help you through the rocky road of divorce and arm yourself with tactics that may arise to help in defense of yourself, children, and your home. If there is an underlying relationship between domestic violence and divorce regime, we would expect to observe changing violence propensities in the treatment group relative to the controls. Because the survey universe consists only of couples living in a conjugal unit, we are limited to analyzing rates of domestic violence within intact marriages. Crime victimization survey data both lack state identifiers and are not available for the relevant time period. Police reports suffer both from serious problems of underreporting and, more importantly, changes in social norms regarding reporting over the relevant time period. Murray A. Strauss and Richard J. Gellis quote from Physical Violence in American Families. The 1976 and 1985 surveys are ICPSR Studies 9211 and 7733, respectively. Chapter 2. Divorce, the final act in relationships. Realize that divorce can be the final act in your marriage. Millions of people end up going through divorce, and sadly, many of them never recover. Sure, they may
Sample complete. Ready to continue?